Hello everyone, KB here. Do you find that you never have enough coins to make an awesome Ultimate Team? Well, I can help. Firstly, if you're a PS3 owner, you should check out Joe's PS3 coins. He's currently selling about 100,000 coins for just a $5. I'm going to put the link to his Twitter in the description, and you can also contact him by Skype or email, which should be on the screen now. Secondly, if you don't want to do that, I'm going to show you how to make an all-gold German team I made for about 20k, possibly a bit less, which I think is pretty damn good. So this squad is in a 4-4-2. So the first person in my squad is Roman Weidenfeller. He's the goalkeeper playing for Borussia Dortmund, 82 rated. He's the first goalkeeper I ever got in Ultimate Team. You can see there that I got him on the 19th of September. And he's been fantastic for me. He's played over 150 games. I got my first pack, so I'm not counting him in the cost of my team. But for those of you who want to buy him, I had a look online and you can get him for as little as 850 coins, which is really good for an 82 rated goalkeeper. The right back position is filled by Andreas Beck. I got him for only 600 coins. I know there are better right backs out there, but for the money that I paid for him, he is really good. Good pace, nice dribbling, defending. He's an all-round good player apart from if you want him to take any long shots, which is probably not the best idea for a right back. So moving along the back four, the next one up is Jerome Boateng. Plays for Bayern Munich, of course. He's one of the pacier defenders in the Bundesliga, so I snapped him up. Really good at headers, especially, but also quite good at defending. I'll show you a little bit about him later. Now, he is partnered in the back four by Benedikt Höwedes. He plays for Schalke 04. I got him for only 1,300 coins. He's a little bit slower than Boateng with only 72 pace, but he's a better defender and just as good at heading. So I'll show you a little bit about his prowess later. Finishing off the defence at left back, I bought Christian Panda. He plays for Hannover 96. I got him for only 700 coins. Again, medium-ish pace. This isn't a basey defence, but all round he's a fantastic player. Every single one of those stats in the 70s. And he's served me very well as an all-round utility player. Nice link up between the defence and the midfield. Okay, so moving up to the midfield, and we'll start off with the left wing position. I have Andre Schürrle. The player has now been signed by Chelsea, so you can get him for your Barclays Premier League teams, but I also have him here in his Bayer Leverkusen iteration. Very good, fast player. Fantastic. Not great on defending. He doesn't track back. He's not a great defender. But the rest of it is fantastic. He will run up and down the wings for you, and he's got one hell of a shot. I got him for about 1,600 coins. And of course I picked up one of the benders. This is Sven. He plays for Borussia Dortmund. I bought him for only 550 coins. He's a little bit slow. He's not the greatest player for our midfield in terms of bombing forward or tracking back. But he's got a great defence on him, and he is able to break up the attack before it even starts. And Sven is partnered by his Borussia Dortmund teammate Ilkay Gundogan. I got him in a pack, but you can actually get him for about 2,900 coins. He's not a cheap player. He's one of the most OP non-rare golds in Ultimate Team this year. As you can see, by 84 pace, 72 shooting, 80 passing, 85 dribbling. Fantastic player, will really link up well with the attack. And I've put him as the attacking centre midfielder as opposed to the defensive qualities of Sven. So finishing off the midfield, we have Sidney Sam, the right winger for Bayer Leverkusen. Again, we have a Leverkusen wing. And he is fantastic at pace. 90, he will bomb up the field for you. Only 1,500 coins, absolute steal. Moving up to the attack, and of course I had to go with Mario Gomez. Striker's now moved to Fiorentina, but I've got him for the Bayern Munich card. 3,900 coins, and that's pretty good, to be honest. That's a really good price for him, considering his shooting and his pace. He is a fantastic threat at goals. Just stunning. Fantastic shooting. He's not the fastest striker, so I had to put him with someone who's a little bit more direct, and I've got Alexander Esfine here. He plays for FC Nuremberg, and I got him for 1,600 coins. He is extremely fast, exactly the same as Sidney Sam, 90. Okay dribbling, not great on the shooting, but we'll see how that turns out when we actually get to play some games. If you count in the market prices for Gundogan and Weidenfeller, because I obviously got these in a pack, this would come to around 16,300 coins, which is fantastic price for 100 chemistry. The only thing left to do is see how they play. Okay, so just starting with defence, you're going to find that they are a fantastic tackling team. They sit back normally, and they're very robust in the tackle. They normally find their way to just position themselves just ahead of the striker to intercept. They're usually the first to headers, and when it comes to attacking set plays as well, particularly Boateng is normally the first one to get onto the end of a cross and nod it past the keeper. However, there is a slight problem. They're quite slow. You'll find this especially with Huedes. You can see a couple of places here where the centre-backs get drawn off, and one slight mistake will normally mean that it's completely punished by much faster teams than you. The good thing about this is that Weidenfeller is a fantastic keeper. Considering he's only the 4th best keeper in the Bundesliga in terms of rating, he's a lot better than people think. The 30,000 difference between him and Manuel Neuer doesn't really translate in terms of results. However, he does have a tendency to spill the ball, so the defence do need to be there to mop up quite a bit. When you're playing as this team, the best thing to do is play slightly more defensive. That way the defence can sit back for a while, soak up the pressure, and then they get to unleash the more attacking style players. In terms of the midfield, I found that the central midfield was a little bit stifling. It's pretty hard to do anything with Bender. He's not a great shot, and he's a decent tackler, but he's a bit too slow to provide a forward to Gundogan. The wing play, however, is fantastic. Schürrle's a great dribbler, but because of Bender, he didn't really get a chance to express himself on the pitch. And this means that Sam really does shine in these clips first off. He is fantastic, real box-to-box player, definitely tenacious in the tackle, really does exploit some great areas for shooting, and he unlocks Gomez a fair few times. Just in terms of his tenacious ability, you'll see a couple of times where he actually come up here and re-tackle after he's had the ball stolen from him. And in this one case, you can see Gomez just passing it back through to him. He's made the run, and he's scored a fantastic goal there. He's also a fairly good dribbler. Considering he only had something like 76, this means he's able to actually drift through a couple of defenders, and his shot is an absolute rifle. Much better than you'd think on his card. As far as the attack goes, Esvine, for me, in this formation was appalling. His positional play wasn't very good. He didn't make the runs at the right time. For a guy with 90 pace, he should really be working harder in order to make this all happen. But I was so worried that he was so weak and he was going to get tackled with the ball that I actually had to dribble around the outside and then go around. You can see here that he's actually cut back to go inside and had it stolen from him straight away. He actually got muscled off the ball on a through ball. He should be fast enough. You can see here he can use his pace when he's running straight forward, but as soon as he turns around, he is vulnerable. And that's the same with his shooting. You'll find that he's really good when he's actually sprinting, and he can do a nice low, hard shot. Another one here from just inside the area. But when it comes to finesse, he is appalling. This was a perfect place to shoot, and he absolutely bent it round the post. He just doesn't have the same sort of fear factor that you get from Gomez. Gomez is fantastic. He can score from anywhere. You can see his fantastic cross here from Sam. Lovely little jumping volley there from Gomez to score. The fact is that because Esvine doesn't do enough to make it happen here, Gomez is actually having to either create a lot himself, or he's having to provide as a creative foil, which he shouldn't have to do. He's able to lob the ball, he's able to head it, he's able to fire it in some absolutely horrible angles. And his dribbling is much better than people assume. I mean, you can see here Sidney Sam passes it up, he dribbles it round and manages to just bend it on the inside, just underneath the keeper. And then he does it again in the same game, actually hitting it off the post in order for it to go in. Fantastic player. But this team needs a little bit of tweaking in order to be brilliant. Okay, so I've decided to revamp my squad a little bit, put a little bit more pace into it, and I've decided to splash the cash, show what you can do once you start to win a few games, possibly pay out for a couple of players that might break the bank otherwise. So I've started off here with Marcel Schmelzer in the left back position. He's only 900 coins, which isn't too much to be honest, and I thought that he was a little bit pacier. He felt a little bit more attacking in his outlook, even though his shooting isn't as good. His defending is also very good. His dribbling you do have to worry for, but he's a fantastic way to link up with Schürrle. In midfield, I decided to replace Sven Bender in the central midfield with Thomas Müller of Bayern Munich. I got him for 10,000 coins, which is a lot considering the original price of this team. But he is fantastic. Ask many FIFA players what they would want in their Bundesliga team, and I can bet you that Muller would be in most of them. Great pace, good shot, good passing, great dribbling. Not great at defence, but he's able to track back, and in this game, pace means a lot more than defensive ability, so he's able to hassle a lot more and get a few more tackles in. Now, I know it's a Bundesliga 11, but I had to put this guy in as an Arsenal fan. Lucas Podolski has replaced Espine up front, and it is paying dividends. You can see there he's lost 3 on the pace. He's 87 instead of the 90 that Espine gave us, but his shooting is 17 better. If you can, get him definitely in his striker position. 9,200 coins, but he scores some amazing goals. And finally, I went completely mental and switched Andreas Beck for Philipp Lahm of Bayern Munich. And this guy was expensive, 22,500 coins. And it is easy to see why. 82 dribbling, 82 defending, 82 passing and 82 pace. You can see why this guy is worth the money. And he definitely has a way of making the defence work with the attack. He really links up well with Sydney Sam, and hopefully we'll see him unlock Gundogan a bit more and make sure that Gundogan can dictate the play of the game a bit more. So this team, in terms of defence, Lahm is much more influential than Beck was. He's very good at intercepting very quickly. He can catch up to strikers, which we didn't have before, and he is able to make a nuisance of himself. He's not the greatest slide tackler, but he's also good at bombing up down the field. Links up well with Sydney Sam on the right wing, and it means you have another attacking outlet just in case. However, I did find a couple of times that Lahm, once he gets the ball from a tackle, is a little bit slow to redistribute. You can't get too much control afterwards, and this has caused a couple of problems. Muller in the centre midfield is an absolute dream. He really does cause some fantastic problems. He links up well with Podolski, and you can see there he's actually making a nice run through for Gomez to lift it up. He doesn't get the ball, but it's nice to see he's making that sort of chance. He's got a good shot on him as well, and is very quick to get back up, so that means you can make him dance through defence, and a lovely finesse into the back of the net there for Muller. He also makes Schürrle play better, which is good. You can see here that he's linked up with Podolski and Schürrle. And Schürrle's now bombing it down the wing and cuts it back nicely for Podolski to do a fantastic shot from range onto the post and in. And Podolski really is worth it. I know he's not Bundesliga, but he is a beast. Another one from Muller there. And a lovely volley past him. Muscled the player off the ball, which was what we were missing with Espine. And now you can see that the direct play of Podolski, the strength that he brings to the team, he's able to cause so many more problems and does a rocket of a shot. Absolutely fantastic, especially if you catch him on his left. The best thing about Podolski is the fact that he links up well with Gomez. It's less about Gomez being a Heskey type player, one that just sits back and holds up the ball and lets Sam and Espine in. Now you've got something where Podolski can actually unlock the potential of Gomez, and Gomez is allowed to shoot a lot more. I haven't put that many Gomez goals in here from after that, but he was scoring a hatful for fun. So as you can see here, the fact that Podolski is now causing problems up here allows Gomez to actually drift off in space, and Sam crosses it across, and he's able to get his head in it and score one of those lovely headed goals that we know he's famous for. Well, I hope you like the squad builder. If you do, please drop a like and subscribe. If you have any more suggestions or what you think you'd like me to do with these squad builders, please let me know. Tell me what you think of it, and I'll see you next time.